you ever gone into the store and looked at the store's brushes, and you walk into that aisle and it's just like brush, 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 brush. You're like, oh my goodness, how do I even start? If it doesn't say watercolor, don't use it for watercolor. They are designed to hold water. And not only do they hold water to put onto the paper, but if you squeeze out any water and put it on a puddle, it'll soak up that water. So it has reversibilities, okay? An acrylic brush or an oil brush will not have that same ability. They're not designed to do that. There are three different kinds. There's synthetic, there's sable, which is animal, and then there's blended, which is both. So this is a synthetic. They have a really good bounce back, okay? Bounce back. So they hold their shape really well. They don't kind of what I call messy hair day kind of look. And get them wet. So they hold really well. They bounce right back. Sable, it's far softer. Okay. And what's nice about this one is that they do bounce back, but it's still slightly curved. And when I use it, it feels like I'm using my own hair tied up, right? But this actually feels more like that acrylic brush. And I do recommend you doing this when you're in the store, because not only does it feel good, it looks weird, and then you can turn and say, I'm an artist. Oh, what I was going to say about the sable is that it holds a lot of water. So that's a plus about the sable, is that you never have to worry about water. The blended, I primarily use, and it has that bounce back, but it holds a lot of water. So what brands of brushes do you get when you're in that aisle and there's all of these brushes? Is Cotman's, I don't know if it'll show it, but Cotman's come in these really beautiful sapphire blues by Winsor Newton, and they are blended, and they are usually pretty accessible at most stores. And I've been painting with those for the 20 years that I've been painting in watercolor. They were some of my first brushes, and I still use them to this day. The other one that is pretty highly affordable that I have a lot of my students purchase, it's Simply Simmons. Okay. And for a synthetic, I'm pretty happy with them. They hold a ton of water, which is really surprising for a synthetic. And I use them professionally as well. The sizes that you want to grab is you want a 1/2 inch flat. Okay, this is the flat. And then you also want let's see what I wrote down. I said a 1, a 6, and a 12. Rounds. Rounds are these guys. But you'll get a really good range. And then the Simply Simmons flat. Okay, so these 4 brushes are what you want to grab. But most importantly, don't buy craft brushes. Don't buy the fancy looking ones. What do I mean by fancy? The fan. This is a rigger. Look how long that is compared to, there's a rigger and there's a round. Big difference, right? And I know when you look at things and you see the prices of the brushes and you see the sets and you see Artist Loft brand or you see Master's Touch brand and you're like, oh, but they're like $10 cheaper. Again, you're looking for quality over quantity. You're going to get what you pay for, especially with watercolor materials. A couple other things that you'll probably want to get on hand is artist tape. This is artist tape, pro artist tape. It's really white and it's very tacky, but don't let that freak you out because It sticks to the paper really, really well, but it comes off the paper really, really well. Table salt, it doesn't matter what kind. Rubbing alcohol, no less than 70% proof. I don't suggest using your vodka, okay? Spray bottle, it's gonna come in really handy. 2 water cups, a dish towel. Isn't that cute? I mean, these things are ginormous. You can make skirts out of these. They're so big. And the coolest part about the cloth is you can wash them. So you're not adding more waste. I used to use a roll of paper towels, and even the nicest ones, the most absorbent ones, I was still going through them quite a bit. When I want to clean a palette out, and the other thing is that spills happen. There will always be a spill at some point, or dipped your brush in your coffee. But these are always good to have around because you're like, oh, it spilled, very absorbent. It's a dish towel. Probably don't want like the fluffy bathroom towel. You want to be able to see how much water that um, towel is going to take off of your brush. And if it's really, really fluffy, it's going to be a little harder to see what's going on. Any questions? Ask me. I'm happy to answer any of your questions down below. Just write a comment and ask away. There's no, like I said before, there's no stupid question, no question too little, no question too big. So please, and I'm positive I missed something. I really hope you learned a lot with this video. I hope that it wasn't too overwhelming of information. I'll talk to you guys soon.